the GOP is fully anti-vax at this point. They have seen where the money is. They've seen where the wellness supplement industry is going, and they want a piece of it. And Tommy Tuberville and Marjorie Greene are two more that are going full in. Here is Senator Tuberville claiming that everyone has lost someone to the COVID vaccine.
At the end of the day, he doesn't believe that we all need to be guinea pigs, that we need to find out that actually work first, like the COVID vaccine. It was kind of a hit and miss thrown out there, and we all took it. And I think probably everybody in this group has lost somebody that they either know or friends with or family, possibly from the vaccine, that were perfectly healthy. And that's all he said. Listen, I'm not against anything. I just want to make sure we go by the science and do what's right and not force something on people that they don't need to take.
We all know someone who's died of the COVID vaccine? No, you mean, hang on, quick amendment. You mean we all know someone who's died of COVID, okay? Everyone shout it out on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, my uncle. Okay, there, we all know somebody. So this is all in response to RFK Jr.'s possible confirmation as head of Health and Human Services. Obviously, someone who is notoriously anti-vax, says that vaccines cause autism, started an entire organization to save the children, but from vaccines. Never mind the children that he's responsible for helping to kill in American Samoa. And in terms of who died of COVID, 1.2 million people died of COVID, not the vaccine. And in fact, according to the NIH, the vaccines prevented nearly 140,000 US deaths. So yeah, 2021 was a rough year, but also we could have lost 140,000 more people. Now, again, back to Greene and this upcoming confirmation hearing of RFK Jr. Back to RFK Jr., but Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, she has to weigh in and one up the stupidity. Now it's difficult with Tuberville, but she tweeted this the other day. I fully believe vaccines cause autism. It's another example of crimes against humanity, and innocent babies, children, and their families are the victims. Quote tweeting some hepatitis, like bogus hepatitis B vaccine that like children who develop, I'm just like, anyway, I'm so glad Elon is in charge of X, but this is definitely a departure. This is just a massive departure, Sharon, from like where we were at like masks are bad. We shouldn't do masks. Oh, now we've got, all we need is a vaccine. Donald Trump rolled out the vaccine. Well, now vaccines are bad. Like it is truly terrifying that now you see Greene, you see Tuberville, and they're all just like, well, we need to listen to the science. / I definitely think this rando on Twitter's science is correct.
Two of the dumbest people, I think, currently as members of Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene is stunningly stupid. And I don't know what else to do about it because people keep putting a microphone in front of her face and she somehow gets money thrown at her. But no stripper is getting this much money thrown at them, okay?
No.
And I'm in Atlanta where Magic City rules. So I just don't understand the need to hear from them. I don't know how he won. Tuberville won game. Because you have to, the X's and I covered NFL football, okay? I could recognize a cover 2, a cover 1, defense. Took me a minute, not in real time, slow it down. They're just so stupid. And this thing where they're leading the masses to mass disease, moonwalking back to polio and measles and let's get more. It's just so stupid.
I mean,
it's so stupid.
It's more than, I mean, it's stupid, but it's more than that. It is,
right.
As someone with like a young child, it's enraging. It's enraging that the same party that claims to protect children from so-called predators, i.e. really fun drag shows, is now making it even less safe to be a child in the United States, okay? First, they want to undo labor laws that prevent children from working, right? So, okay, yeah, send them in the pork processing plants. Let's go, then they want to, take away their books because that's making them unsafe somehow. They want to make sure they're all, no matter what comes, no matter what new pandemic, H1N1 on the horizon, let's go, send them into school, no masks needed. Gun control when there's mass shooters who are threatening children as they're doing lone wolf drills every single day and terrified that someone might kill them. No gun reform whatsoever. And instead, we're gonna make it even less safe for you by trying to rescind vaccine mandate. There aren't even mandatory vaccinations. And here's what I'm talking about. Let's put up this graphic. When you foment this kind of misinformation about efficacy of vaccines, as we know, RFK Jr. works with a lawyer who wants the FDA to rescind the polio vaccine, okay? This is what happens. Oh, sorry, let's go to the next one real quick before I go to Trump. So compared to the year 2000 versus 2024, this is Americans who are less likely, say it's less important to have their children vaccinated. So how important is it that parents get their children vaccinated? Extremely important, very important, somewhat important, not very important, or not at all. Look at the dip. Look at the dip in 2018, and with COVID, it just goes downhill from there. That is terrifying. That's what leads to like outbreaks of, like measles and random ass things in places like Beverly Hills. It's because everyone's on that, Jenny McCarthy goop train, and they are putting their own children at risk. Donald Trump, to go back a graphic, said this about RFK Jr.'s vaccine skepticism. He said, we're gonna have a big discussion. The autism rate is at a level that nobody ever believed possible. If you look at the things that are happening, there's something causing it. So that's it right there. They are convinced of this bunk science, which says that vaccines are linked to autism, disproven, and now all of our children are gonna be at risk, and people are going to believe that. Now, here's my problem, and I wanna turn to this really quickly. Some Democrats, we've heard from Bernie Sanders, who says that, RFK Jr. is good on like food additives, possibly, and like investigating what that's all about, making sure that, agricultural companies cannot just get away with, extra added chemicals or whatnot, and this and that he thinks that that's good. We should work with him on those things. We should work with him to rein in, big food corporations and giants. You think he's gonna do that? You think he's gonna be able to do that? No, because that would require regulation. The thing that every single Republican is allergic to, and yet Kirsten Gillibrand says, New York Democrat told CNN's Pam Brown on Tuesday that Kennedy has worked on some issues that she cares about, like food safety and clean air and clean water. So I think there's a great deal of issues where we might find common ground with Mr. Kennedy, and I look forward to exploring those before I decide how I'm going to vote. In other words, Democrats are not in unison against this nomination. That should terrify us all. It really, really should, because he should not be allowed anywhere near the HHS, and I fear he will be.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.